100 years old at least. Timber supports are driven deep into fixtures out of sight below the ledge. Seems like it might still be solid. Collecting their peaks, traces a road up to the summit. Is what looks like a large bird's nest. Path? It's not said. Okay, they lead away past the bridge. Bird's nest, I guess? Ugh. The hooves came from this way. Also, this place is huge. I think this map is the biggest. It's just, like, look how far back I have to zoom just to see the whole thing. So we're going to be, even though it encompasses a smaller area, there's going to be more actions per space. Like, look how tightly spaced these pegs are compared to how they were in the last map. We're going to go along the winding path. This is where the hooves came from. On the track, pause for breath. The sun is sinking in the sky, turning bruised purple. It'll be night soon. Jutting rock sticks out just by the edge of the ravine. Look into the ravine. It looks deep, but not impossibly so. Sheer drop becomes softer as the ground curves towards a grassland within view. Better hope you might be able to scramble down. Let's look at the rock. Thick, fleshy green moss. Collect that moss. Eat it. Delicious moss. The sun is now sinking down. Soon it will be dark once more. You're almost in the peaks now, with sheer drops opening on either side. The plateau is relatively sheltered. I guess we can rest here. Sit yourself down for a moment, back against a crag, to rest your feet. The climb to this point has been long and arduous. This is so Mampang is gently rising into the air with every step towards that you take. Let's look around the plateau. There's one corner, ancient remains of a fire pit, cold as ice. Let's look in the fire pit. Cover nothing of interest. No more than a few motes of charcoal that have not been swept away by the wind, or built their fire here, in a sheltered spot, but many years ago. Curious scratches in the stone near the fire pit, made by some clawed creature. Let's look at the scratches. The 4 strokes and cut into pure virgin rock quite clearly form an M. The rest are too worn or filled with dirt to read, though you can feel their lines as you run over your fingertip over the sun, but you have no way to read them. If I only had gotten that paper and charcoal in, what was it, book 1? Book 2, maybe? Distant tower. I just had to look directly at the tower itself. A single column rising defiantly above the clutter of Mampang's other roofs and turrets. From here, it's impossible to make out the details, but perhaps there is a slight flicker of light from against the window glass. Can't help but imagine the Archmage seated inside looking directly back. Look away. Turn sharply away. You are hardly superstitious, but only the foolhardy invite curses. Get to your feet, intending to continue your journey. The path beckons. Sheer walk wall stretches high on your right, while a drop is to your left. You follow the path as it curves around. The sun is almost set and the sky is deep pink. The path quickly narrows. You have to press yourself against a wall at times. You follow the trail around a corner, stopping in view of a jutting ledge. The path turns to fresh mud, pressed with hoof prints. Look at the prints. More of the goat people? Enter the bin. A voice like gravel calls out, "Halt! Stop." It tracks and a rock strikes you on the temple. Sharply up, you see two creatures, each half human, half goat, perched against the southern slope, spears held ready. What is your business? I discovered one of your companions. One lowers her spear. Where? In a cave. How was she? She demands. Her concern is clear. Dead. He sighs. As expected. It's discovered she Himbly. She disappeared a few nights ago. She was very ill, and I suspect she left to prevent her disease from spreading to others. It's hard to hear of her fate, but I'm glad you told us of her sacrifice. Forgive my curiosity, the second goat woman says, but where are you traveling from? Let's tell them something. To reply, one of these creatures servants of the Archmage, or are they his enemies? The Analand story is getting twisted around by the Crown of Kings, I suspect. I'm not sure this is a good thing to say. Analand and I journey to Mamping, you declare. These are servants of the Archmage. They've already heard of you from the serpents. Ping, she hisses. The cursed place. I will recover the Crown of Kings. You would oppose the Archmage, if I must? In wonderment. Traveler of such kindness or idiocy is a welcome sight here. Probably both. Honestly. Both. None of us have seen much of the outside world. We do not dare hope it had goodness in it. The world contains a mixture of everything. The creature nods. Please, come with us. Shahori will wish to hear what you have to say. Hoofborns turn and begin to climb up the side path. We will take you to our village if you are willing. Lead the way. They sling their spears and beckon you to one side. To a narrow way, almost invisible behind an outcrop of stone. Begin the climb. Good place to rest, I suppose. This fall, you should find somewhere safe to sleep. If you're going to keep going through the night, you'll be weaker for it. 20 minutes of climbing the Hoofborn to catch your breath. They're impressively nimble on the rocky paths, using their small hooves to perch on narrow ledges. As you continue, they even have to help you climb up unstable stretches. Eventually, you spot a cluster of huts surrounding some caves. And standing guard, spears and rocks at the ready. Seems the creatures take their protection seriously. I will talk to her. And then, can I take a nap? Your guides grow quiet as you enter the village. There are a few well-maintained huts, but it's clear many of the Hoofborn live in holes in the cliff face. Look at the caves. Inside, the caves appear clean and spacious. A surprising number of Hoofborns stream out to gawk at you. These caves must honeycomb the entire mountainside. An older Hoofborn draped in several hides emerges from a larger cave. One of your guides extends her arms straight out. Shahuri, she says. Shahuri, we have brought a visitor. Stretches her arms out, just as the guide did. Welcome. Says, we do not entertain often. I'm not sure if I should imitate the gesture or if I shouldn't. Like, would that be... Is that a good thing or a bad thing to do? I don't know. I'll just say hi. You're welcome, Sherry, please. Or else you will die here. May I enter your village? Takes a cantering step backwards and ducks her head. Feel free, eat, rest. Be safe here tonight. So I have items to trade if you are willing. Rest. Also, I could probably stand for some food, too. Eat with the Hoofborn. Let's talk with them. As you trance with the wider world, you offer to tell them of your tales. They surround you with eager faces, and you speak of the gloomy, abandoned house of the blind noble Theta, the chaos of Kar's mini markets. You tell them the story of your journey through the vast plains and of Lake Ilkala and your battle with the dreaded water serpent. I don't believe half of what you say, but enjoy the adventure nonetheless. You look wistfully across the mountains when you're finished. Ask them about the Archmage. You tell me. Strange rumors come out of Mampang, stranger. Strange rumors indeed. I can imagine. Those merchants and traders mostly who say Mampang is run by guards. They say the Archmage does not appear. Do they say why? The merchants say he is dead. They say if he was alive, he would be over 1,000 years old, but who can say? It's certainly true he never steps outside Mampang. And that is all they will say. To your feet and look around the village. There could not be more than 100 inhabitants. I'm going to take a nap because it's very late. Who's there? Oh, it's our assassin friend, Flanker. Let's make space for him. It's a cold night here in the shadow of evil. I am not afraid. I cannot know fear, Flanker replies. I am a dead man, still alive. An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy, and yet here I am. You are a man, not an assassin. Laughs softly. What is done cannot be undone, he replies. Carved statue cannot be uncarved, only broken. His shoulder briefly. Rest now. I sleep. And so the night passes, and you know that in the morning he will be gone. Archmage is aware of me. Let's go say hi to Shishori, because they want to talk, and I was exhausted. Thank you. That's respite, I think, she agrees. Distance for the first time you notice that her eyes are blurry and weak. Found one of your people in a cave. Yes, that was Shahimble, the poor creature. Caught a terrible disease. Rather than risk the village, he slipped out in the night. Scouts are heading down slope, looking for a place to die. What disease? Trembling sickness. It plagues our kind and stalks the mountains like a vengeful ghost. I buried it. Okay. Aww. I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna go talk to the trader first. Because I need rations. What do you trade with? You're the first admits, but one day I hope to open a true trading post. It's almost a parody of a shop. Trades are labeled in scrawling writing. First is marked 9 gold, and the second 15. Cannot afford any anyway. Get the spear. Virtually unbreakable and very expensive indeed. How much? 70 gold pieces. Well, I can't afford it. Look at the viewpoint. If Born comes to join you, they are cruel creatures born of pure hate. Say they are nesting in the mountains outside Mampang. Tell me how a birdman can be defeated. They have a weakness, a fear of gold, perhaps. No such luck. Birdmen are tough as eagles. They barely eat, they can fly, obviously. talk to each other. They'd really trouble themselves to talk.